Talk to me, Michele, on the street lights on the corner. City vibes got a story. Feel the beat, don't ignore me.
Okay, everybody, what's going on? What's popping? Yes, I know I'm early. I'll explain that shit later. But thank you guys for tuning in to Talk to Me, Michele. You know who I am, Michele. 1L, y'all. I hope everybody's doing well. So first, let me address a couple of questions I had on Instagram earlier today. Michele, where you been? Okay, let me explain. I was on a spiritual cleanse, and that included me not being part on camera, on live, on Instagram. Now that's why I also didn't do anything live on this network. So I'm cleansed, y'all. So don't bring no ratchet energy over here because I'm good. I'm on a path to a better me. So look, I am excited about today's conversation because this is somebody I personally know, and I got to tell you the default story. We actually met through Fat Man Scoop, and it was a default meeting, okay? Because Rob was on some shit when we first met. So I'm going to no further delay my guest because I know he going to talk plenty of shit. So y'all get your popcorn ready. Make sure your kid's not even in the room, okay? Disclaimer. So welcome everybody, the Robb Report. What's going on, Rob?
Nothing, just sitting here plotting my next jihad.
Okay. So that see, you would go to the jihad because that's exactly how we met this big bro here. It was a person that we all know in common and was accusing us of blocking him or some bullshit. And
who was that? Rico? Ratchet ass Rico?
It was Rico. It was Rico. Rico with the cab, yeah.
The dude that used to say turkeys and have strippers twerking on his page with the little puppet.
That's the one. That's the one. And you was in his audience that day while he was popping off and, let's pull a jihad on them heifers. That's when we was the gospel heifers, y'all. Let's pull a jihad on them heifers. And I was happy to be on the phone with Scoop when I get word about this. I did not know who this man was. I said, I heard of him, but didn't know him. I said, yo, Scoop, your boy is tripping. I don't know what's going on. Oh man, Rob, I'm gonna talk to Rob. You know how Scoop. I'm gonna talk to him. So this man comes on our live. Rocky don't know who he is. I do, and had the nerve to send a request to go live with us that night.
If I don't put a jihad on you, I ain't gonna do it from behind your back. I'm gonna do it in your face. I'm from the Bronx. I'm gonna run right up to you. I ain't gonna stab you in the back. I'm gonna stab you in the eye.
Yo, he came up. The camera was all tilted on his ass. He was like, slightly mean mugging, but smirking. So, so we've been cool ever since then, Rob. But I appreciate you coming on, man.
I want to take a drink to that, but I'm not fucking with Puffy, so we're not drinking no Puffy juice today. I'm gonna sit here and drink some water.
Oh my God. Yeah, you drink your water because that's all that's been trending today is Diddy. And I know you got so many damn stories because a lot of folks know of you, but they don't know all the moves you make, everything that you involved in within the entertainment industry. So, I want you to let the people know who you are.
So, my name is Rob. I stumbled into the music thing accidentally. Y'all probably don't know this story. Somebody put a jihad on my ass. Bust me over the fucking head with a club lock that you put on a car steering wheel. And I was kind of like laid out. This is like, you can see the scar on the top of my head.
Damn.
Right there. I had an elevated fracture. I got a plate in my head. So like half my brain, there's no lie, was hanging out. And I'm kind of like laid out. And I'm looking at the dude that hit me. And I said, motherfucker, you better go get a gun. And then I hear this voice, yo. Oh my God, are you okay? It's Scoop. Like, and he's like starts taking towels and t-shirts from Hot 97. He's like wrapping my head up. He's like, yo, don't move. I'm trying to fight this nigga. He's like, don't move. So This shit is typical Scoop, right? So he wraps me up or whatever. The cops come, pew, he peels off. So I didn't know him then. He peels off. So, shit, I was paralyzed.
Damn.
I couldn't walk. I was paralyzed. And one day, a friend of mine, his girlfriend called me. She's like, I heard what happened to you, this, and that. I'm raising hell like, fuck you. You didn't come see me in the hospital. And this bitch ass nigga, he pressed charges on me. And I ended up getting handcuffed to the bed in the hospital in ICU. This is right. So I'm like, you didn't even come see me. They had me chained up. So she's like, hang up the phone. Me and my mother are going to pray for you, and you're going to walk. I'm going to call you back in 5 minutes. I'm like, man, come on with that Swami hocus pocus shit. So I hung up the phone, and like 3 seconds later, I started wiggling my toes. It was on my left side. So I called my mother in the room. She come running in the room like she don't want to see. She thinking like my head was open. So I'm like, look. She's like, oh my God. I'm like, give me my pants. She's like, where you going to look for that boy? I said, no, I want to see if I could drive. So I end up going outside, and I see Scoop. And I pull him to the side. I'm like, yo, I just want to thank you, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yo, oh my God, that's you. I thought you was dead. And the cops came and I got out of there. Right. So he's like, start talking. So we start talking to him. I was like, nah, I appreciate it. Like, can I give you a couple of dollars? He's like, no, I don't want nothing. I don't want nothing. Take my number. That's when the Nextels was rocking. He's like, yo, take my number or whatever. So I was like, all right, so I went about business. And one day he just hit me like, blip. Yo, what you doing? I'm in front of your house. Come out, come on, talk to you. And then that's how it started.
So he saved you after you were attacked in the hospital, and y'all been kicking it since then.
Yeah. So it started off like he was working nights. So he did this thing called Midnight Madness, where he would come on from like 11 to 5 in the morning. So I would go there, like just be hanging out, like fucking around and talking to artists. And he was like, yo, he's like, what do you do? I was like, I'm a finance guy. And he was like, yo, like he says, people gravitate to you. You're very articulate. You know, you should consider doing X, Y, Z. So I was like, okay. You know, but I really take it serious because music business is really funny.
Yeah.
Either up or you down, right? There's no in-betweens, right? And I had seen so many friends that worked at Def Jam and other places in and out of work. So I kind of was like, okay, and I just kind of dabbled and played around in it. I was already vice president. I was vice president at Bank of America, and then I went to Merrill Lynch. So I'm like, I'm just doing this shit just for fun, right? I'm just gonna fuck with some bitches and just have some fun. So I would like, you know, periodically go up there or whatever and meet people, and then I would be out with him and people like, yo, let me get your number. I want you to do this, this, and that. He's like, give him your number. And then I started kind of like doing the bookings and negotiating stuff and a lot of stuff like that. Then like, you know, you start meeting people. So at the time, this is when Miss Jones had her calendar out. She had like this swimsuit calendar. Even Redman was talking about it in one of his videos. He's like, yo, I sent this calendar to all my niggas in jail. So I met her, right? I was like, damn, like she's hot, but she's a bitch. And everybody's, oh, he's reaching, he's trying to get at me or whatever. So Scoop was like, you need to fuck with him. He'll get you some money. So slowly but surely, like I started doing things for her, like dealing with promoters are the worst people in the world. There's two people I don't like: car salesmen and promoters. Biggest scumbags in the world. Okay, car salesman gonna get all your money and give you as little as he can. The promoter gonna want you to come to his party, do shouts out on the radio, do all this free promotion. He gonna lowball you on the money and give you 2 bottles of cheap Moet or something when you get there.
Yeah.
So I would kind of like do the negotiations, right? To do the rider. So the rider is like, what's on the artist? What do they want in their dressing room and shit, right? So before Scoop got on his health kick, it was like 2 buckets of fried chicken, a dozen white towels. I'm not lying, a dozen white towels, and juice or some other shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And nobody could touch that fried chicken, and nobody could touch the towels because So Scoop was easy, and he didn't drink.
Mm-hmm.
So I tell the promoters, fuck that, 2 bottles of Cristal too,
Right.
right? So that way his DJ Knuckles, his road manager Trav, his brother Kendall, who's like a mega mogul now with artists, it would have something to drink. So I kind of learned from there, like the promoter book of business and the promoter book of bullshit. So it kind of slowly, it grew from there, doing a lot of stuff overseas. That's where the big money is. You do the bookings overseas and things like that. And then I kind of started working with some artists doing what they call mix show promo. You break records, right? So it's very hard to get a record played on the radio. Okay, you got to have a relationship with the DJ. Like anything in life, you need relationships. So you got to have a relationship with the DJs. Or there's the illegal way, payola, where you get paid to play the records. Some DJs are going to take money, some are not because they're paranoid. So you kind of got to build that relationship with the DJ so that they know, okay, he always brings me hot music, but he looks out. He'll come up to the radio station, he'll bring food, he'll send needles for the turntables, all kinds of little shit like that. And you build up a relationship with the DJs. So I kind of started working really like with radio DJs. So, and they were like, they're national DJs. They kind of travel all over the place. But when they first started, they were kind of like local. And some of them were interns that carried crates for Funkmaster Flex, Scoop, Enough, or some of the other people. They carried crates so they could get on. They could be around. They get in the parties and free and stuff like that. So started grooming some of those DJs based off of what I was seeing going around and getting them bookings, getting them into record pools where you get free records from all the record labels, and then kind of building it up. Now, mind you, I'm still working a full-time job. So I'm doing that, and I'm breaking records behind the scenes. Guy that your father knows, his name is Mike Nixon. His company name is N5 Marketing. You want to know what N5 means?
What?
Nigga to the 5th power. You can't make this shit up. So I meet him one day, and he's like, yo, what's up, nigga? This, and that. And I went to Howard. I'm like, fuck Howard. I went to Hampton. So we kind of start bantering around. He's like, where you from? I'm like, Co-op City. He's like, oh, that's why they call you Co-op Rob. I grew up in Section 5. So I look at him like, you did? I'm like, wow, I grew up in Section 4. So he's like, I got to fuck with you. He started giving me a lot of work on breaking records and doing street promo. My bougie ass was not going to go out in front of clubs and hang flyers and shit up. So I found a bunch of little dusty kids from my neighborhood and from other places. It was like, yo, y'all want to come to parties? Y'all want to make some money? Y'all want to party for free? This is what I need you to do.
Right.
I need you to go to all the clubs, all the hot areas. I need you to hang these flyers and posters up. By the way, I need you to take this disposable camera. This is before digital phones and everything. Take this disposable camera, take pictures of everything. When I develop the pictures and I see you guys did the work, you'll get paid. So then we started getting locked up by NYPD for pollution and all kinds of other shit. So it became a headache. So I started getting my foot really, really into the marketing that way. So then I would take the records and go in the club and give them to the DJ. Sometimes the DJ will play it, sometimes the DJ tell you go fuck off. Most of the time, I'm going in there like Beanie Siegel, like, no, you're going to play this fucking record before we leave and get the record played. So Mike Nixon and he started calling me Guerrilla Promotions. He's like, you just going in and guerrilla the shit out of DJs. I heard about you. Keep doing it. I like it. The records are getting paid. So at that time, I might have got anywhere between $5,000 to $10,000 a campaign. Right? I ain't doing shit. I got these little motherfuckers doing it. They coming in the parties.
They doing the legwork for you.
Parties for free and get them $100 or whatever. Buy them some champagne if they could, if they're able to drink or whatever. So they did the legwork. The hard part was always breaking the records and working with the DJs. That was always the hard part. So it was really nothing for them to go pass flyers out because they get to meet girls and stuff like that. They're going to lie and promise the girl, I'm going to get you in the club VIP and everything else. The hard part is still behind the scenes, breaking the records.
Yeah.
And sometimes if you don't get to the mix DJs and you want the radio station to play the record in rotation, you have to go to the program manager, the program director. So then they started this thing called BDS, Broadcast Detection System, right? So they would be able to tell every time that record got played, there would be a report come out, how many detections, what radio station played it and everything else. And they started then basing your compensation off of how many detections and spins you got, which was a good thing. Because if I gave the record to Funkmaster Flex, Red Alert or somebody, and they played it for 5 seconds, that was enough to get a detection. Because, they start mixing and throw it on. That was enough to get a detection. So then your pay goes up. Scoop was like, oh, no. I need you to help me some more. So that's when he started working on. Scoop was so ahead of his time. God rest him. Scoop had the first podcast ever. And this is probably in, let me think. I kind of always judge shit like from dates for the type of car I had at that time. I was driving a Tahoe. This probably was 2001, 2002.
Okay.
And we had a beautiful suite in a hotel called the Giraffe Hotel downtown. And Scoop interviewed LL Cool J. This is before Drink Champs. This is before anything. He had a whole camera crew there, and he interviewed LL. I'll never forget it. He was dressed. He had a white T-shirt on with some yellow pants and some white Air Force Ones. Them Harlem niggas love white Air Force Ones. I think it's a geriatric shoe for old men to wear with linen suits. No shade to Nike. I know you out there, Mike Black. So that jumped off, and a lot of people were interested in it. But Scoop had so many things going on, like that fell to the side, and he was focusing on something else because you're always chasing the money. The money is overseas and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, this TV thing and this podcast, before a podcast, like these TV show things, they're going to jump. But there were no podcasts then, so we were trying to pitch it to like a TV station or somebody to pick it up. So it was a lot harder then. But, the fruits of his labor kind of turned over when he finally got the TV show Man and Wife. But he was still kind of going in between, networks and stuff. So we started doing that. Then Jabot Jeans approached one of the DJs that I was working with, DJ Cool Kid. I think he's working with Keith Sweat now. And they wanted to do like a sponsorship. So we created CDs. This is when the mix CDs are really, really jumping off now, right? You created the CD, the mix CD. You put the Jabot sticker on it, sponsored by Jabot and things like that. That took off. So that opened up a lot of other opportunities for marketing, things like that. So at that point, I'm kind of like, the DJ thing is where the money is.
Yeah.
Because working with artists sometimes is like being a professional babysitter.
Oh, God.
I've worked with artists.
Yes.
I won't say any of the names, but I've worked with artists where I had to pay car note, get one out of jail for DWI, deal with boyfriend issues. You got to like kind of beg and fight them to get to the studio. So if the artist is not a surefire pop-off, I didn't want to be bothered with it.
And yeah, I understand from an A&R perspective because I used to handle A&R for Teddy. Right. And I was just like, and that's where I met Scoop originally.
Right. That predates before he was at Tommy Boy then.
Yeah.
Right around the time. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And actually, a lot of people don't know this, that it was Scoop. We never had a one-on-one conversation about this, but he motivated me to start podcasting without even knowing it.
Yeah, like where you got to give credit where credit due. He is the original podcaster.
Yes.
He really is.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of started doing that. And then I'm working with DJ Bobby Trends, and he's like in the shadows of Funkmaster Flex. I'm watching Flex groom him. I'm like, I could see it coming. I was like, he's going to be the next one on the Big Dog Pit Bulls. So I start working with him, but then he's like, yo, You know, Flex like his cars. You do the marketing thing. We're gonna start doing celebrity car shows. We need you to be a part of it. So mind you, I'm still going to work every day. I'm fucking tired as shit because I've been in Cheetah, Justin's, Metrodome, all the other clubs. I got a bottle of no-dos in my desk, and I'm basically like popping them. So Flex starts the car show thing. It fucking blows up. Every celebrity who was somebody at that time wanted their cars in Flex's car show. So I kind of managed the process with that, making sure that the cars got there, nobody fucked with the cars. And I saw some amazing shit. That shit that you would only see on TV. So that kind of spun off into other deals where Flex got deals with like BF Goodrich tires and all kinds of things like that. I think he did probably 4 car shows. Wyclef, when the Hummers first came out, had a mean ass Hummer, and in the back where you open the hatch up, he had a fish tank with sharks swimming in it.
Man, come on.
I would see all kind of crazy shit, right?
Come on.
I'm just thinking like Baby from Cash Money shipped every car that he had. It was like, yo, Wody, make sure nothing happened to my shit. And everything was red interior, everything else. Nelly, this is just like what I can remember. Nelly had, when the Cadillac Escalades first came out, the pickup truck was North Carolina blue and white with the spinners, with Gucci interior. Like, it was just some of the wildest shit that you would see. But then me helping them with that opened up other opportunities for all kinds of other marketing stuff. I had car radio installation shops calling me like, yo, please bring people down here. I'll do their work. I'll do their work for you. I got so much free shit put in my cars. And then I realized, like, marketing is the cornerstone and the foundation of anything that goes on that you want to do. Facts. And that's where, like, if you can get a marketing mindset, you can make money doing anything inside or outside of music. But I still had the love for the music. So I'm still kind of running around and things. Timbaland calls Scoop and says, yo, I got this record name called Drop. I want you to do it. So out to LA. From the video, I met Thelma from Good Times' daughter. My girl, I'm not talk too loud. My girl can hear me. Her name was Dior. I was ready to call Kevin Black and take a job with Interscope Records West. Right. So we did the drop thing. They spent a lot of money on the video. I got cool with Magoo. Kind of kept in touch with him. God rest his dead. We never ever did business. We were supposed to. Magoo was so far ahead of his time. He was telling me then about crypto and buying gold and silver.
Damn.
I looked at him. I said, "This motherfucker's crazy. I'm not buying no gold bars and keeping it in my house. I'm a hood nigga. I'm gonna keep money wrapped around in a rubber band in my pocket." But he was like, "Yo, dude, no." He was so animated about it, so ahead of his time, because I would have had so much money if I'd have listened, because the penny weight on the gold bullion and silver was low back then.
Yeah.
Fast forward, go work in Essence Fest. I'm working with Scoop when I'm doing stuff with Hennessy Moet, with one of my friends, and I see Magoo. He's like, "Yo, dude, did you buy the silver and gold?" I'm like, "Nah." So he's like, "Yo, take my number. I want to do some stuff with you." I'm like, "I live in DC now." He's living in Virginia Beach. He's like, "Oh, that's cool." We spoke once or twice. I was supposed to meet him at the African American Museum, and got the call that he died.
Oh man.
So I didn't really get a good opportunity to work with him. But hold on, I gotta go to because I started taking notes because I had worked on so many different things, and I didn't want to come over here and sound like I was all over the place.
Oh no, you take your time with it, because I know, like I said, I knew, beside the relationship you and Scoop had, but you had a little, because I know when I started following you on Instagram, I said, how does this man know all these people? I mean, yo, you be at smoking cigars with this dude. I seen this sister in the movie. I'm like, how does he know everybody?
So it goes back to, right? So you have to network. And if you can connect with people and people see you not full of shit and they trust you and you know a little something about a little something, people will keep in touch with you and they will rock with you. I mean, just my testimony. You see, Scoop, I just thanked them, and then it took off from there, right? So yeah, Timbaland Magoo, Miss Jones. I still do things with her. There was a huge reggae artist named Roddy B. Worked on their program. Fuck y'all, because y'all never paid us. The thing with LL Cool J, we did some stuff with the Locks. Puff Daddy, aka the Diddler, approached Scoop and said, "Listen, I want to do this thing called the Party Kings. I want to be you and DJ Cool." You know, the guy let me clear my throat. It never panned out. I didn't kind of care for the vibe. I always felt like a dark vibe around that dude.
Yeah.
I won't speak on how Scoop felt, but it never worked out. But then Scoop ended up getting Grammys doing Lose Control with Missy and everybody else. I'll tell you one scary artist we work with, also executive, was Suge Knight. Suge Knight came to Hot 97 right around that time of that East and West Coast beef. And there was a lot of tension. A lot of people were upset that Scoop was doing the interview. I was like, fuck that. Do this interview. This is going to be, this shit right here is going to be epic. Went downstairs to get Suge. He was with his bodyguard, a guy named Big Jake. He ended up getting killed in Atlanta. Allegedly, Puffy's bodyguard shot him. Guy that I grew up with. So we went and got him. It is 85 degrees in New York City. This guy, Big Jake, had a black leather trench coat on. Yo, I swear to God. So I told Scoop, I was like, yeah, this motherfucker got 5 shotguns underneath that shit. Suge Knight comes in, very respectful, very reserved, bald head, everything else, big ass cigar. He goes, yo, my man, can I get a Diet Coke? I bust out laughing. This big killer ass nigga want a Diet Coke. We did that interview. That interview was probably 3 hours.
Damn.
It was probably 3 hours. And he broke down East and West Coast beef, what Pyru was, what this and that was, how he grew up, how he started his company. It was an amazing interview. But the dude was so fucking scary. I don't scare easy. Like, he was just scary. He had like a dark aura around him. And Suge didn't play no fucking games. He had a bunch of killers with him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where that interview is.
You know, I was just about to ask if that interview is. You know, I promise you. Now I'm gonna start searching to see if there's any scratch of it.
Yeah, I don't know where that interview is. I'm hoping that it's in Scoop storage somewhere, and somebody can bring it out. But that was an amazing interview. Did some stuff with DMX. DMX came up to the station with a fucking dog. Pissing and barking all over the fucking place.
No, come on now.
So I'm sitting down in the green room. He goes in his pants, no homo, and he pulls out a bag of weed about this big, and he puts it on the table. And he calls his man, "Hey, yo, bring the bottle here." And he brings a big-ass bottle of Hennessy. So I'm sitting there. He was like, "You smoke?" I said, "No." "You drink?" I said, "No." "Smoke or drink? You're fucking insulting me." Oh my God. So I'm like, yo, you can't even smoke in here, dude. Like, you can't smoke in the Tracy Clardy, the fucking radio station director, she would have a fit. "Hey, yo, Scoop, what's up with your man? You don't drink, you don't smoke. I don't trust nobody that don't drink or smoke." But Scoop was like, "Nigga, I don't drink or smoke either." He rolls up a fucking big ass spliff, and I'm like, yo, we're gonna get fucking fired. He's smoking in there. "Have a drink." So I'm like, fuck it. So I take a shot of Hennessy. The fucking dog is running all over the place, barking and carrying on. That was probably the funniest shit I've ever seen.
That dog probably had a contact like I don't know what run. That's why he was running around there.
That was high as shit. Because the next day, the program director came in and flipped out. Because, you know, shit, your sister smoke, Rocky smoke weed. You know this shit sticks to the walls and everything. You can't get rid of the smell.
Well, you know, I smoke weed too. So, yes, we're both guilty.
Yeah. Imagine in a soundproof room, where it's all sponge and acoustic.
It
That's
absorbs.
it absorbs.
Yeah. Jesus.
So that was a time, man. When he told me he don't trust me if I don't smoke or drink.
That's hilarious. But you know what? I mean, besides how you got into the industry and all the people you started working for, how you started marketing, the thing about people that don't realize that when you got grind and hustle and a mindset, because that wasn't your background. I mean, you working in finances, and all of a sudden you and Fat Man Scoop become cool, and next thing you know, you an industry man.
I could have taken it a lot further, but I'm very risk averse. Like I need to know where my money is coming from, and I need to know I have a consistent source of money. So that's why I never went to work for a label or stop what I was doing.
Yeah.
Because at the time it just wasn't adding up. But yeah, I mean, it's a dog eat dog industry. You have to hustle. You cannot work in the entertainment industry and sit there and wait for the money to come to you. You got to innovate and reinvent yourself and do things all the time. You see that with actors and actresses.
Yeah.
You see that with musicians. You have to continuously kind of just keep moving, and if you don't, then you're going to be stagnant.
No, it's true because it's true though because we were raised in the industry and you sit back and just watch the timeline that the last time somebody was popping and then how long has it been since that last big hit, and you fade and people don't realize in the entertainment industry it is easy to fade into the background if you do not keep consistency going.
You have to stay relevant. You have to.
Yeah,
you have to.
exactly.
That's why a lot of these entertainers and athletes on Instagram now, they are trying to stay relevant. It's not about generating a check from the streams and stuff because you're not getting a whole lot of money from that. They are trying to stay relevant so that they can seek other opportunities and do other things.
And they have to though, because everybody is an entertainer nowadays. You go on just the average Joe's page nowadays, and they even gave themselves a title. And I'm like, you a life coach? You a public speaker? What?
You want to hear some funny shit?
What?
You want to hear some funny shit? Hey, come here for a second. You ain't got to get on the camera. Come here for a second, please. Can you just shout so the people can hear you?
Hello.
When I first was on the phone with Scoop, what did you think Scoop was?
A life coach.
She thought he was my life coach or my therapist.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold up. Let's see, because we both know him from a personal standpoint,
right?
And I understand he does motivate, but far as professionally, that was not the lane.
Oh,
he was a motivator.
No, you don't know how many times I was gonna fuck somebody up. He'd be like, "No, Rob, you can't do that. God is watching over us. There's another way to handle it." Man, I was gonna run this dude over one day, and he grabbed the steering wheel. But he was very motivational and would say, "Well, no, don't look at it that way." And that's why, and I don't want to make this all about Scoop. That's why he had all those bottom feeders on Instagram because
don't get me started.
But it works, right? That's how you stay relevant. And that's how you make money. You make people feel good. But yeah. My lady thought he was a therapist or my life coach. She would hear me on the phone with him. She's like, "Nigga, you got a therapist?"
I'm done. I'm done with that. But I understand that was your beginning, but then you evolve. You're already doing marketing and promotions.
Turned it into different things, right?
Right.
Turned it into different things because one, Funkmaster Flex said something that was so true. He said, "Everybody want to eat, but nobody want to get a plate." So if I could go get 5,000 with you, 2,000 with you, 1,500 with you, and keep it going, that's what I did. And then that's how I was able to kind of open other doors and other opportunities outside of music. With just Main Street marketing companies that want to do business because Black people are the biggest consumers of goods. We spend the most money. We spend something like, I think, $300 trillion a year on bullshit. Cars, liquor, jewelry, bags.
It's true.
All kinds of stuff. So there's always going to be an opportunity because they need somebody who knows the culture and knows the people to get in there and make the money.
That is true. I mean,
Yeah, that's why anybody, you can capitalize off an opportunity and turn it into $1 million.
that is true. But since we're the biggest consumer, I do realize that when I'm just listening to the TV in the background, they didn't remix the black song, hip hop song, and threw it in their ad. I'm like, why is everybody over here doing line dances all of a sudden to get detergent? Make it make sense to me,
Right.
because our culture is popping.
Culture, and it's like a subliminal message, right? Because you're so used to line dancing, you're so used to the song. Now you associate the song with hint water. Now you associate the song with the diddler juice, with the puffy juice. Now you associate it, so it's $1 billion industry.
Yeah. And I mean, I understand the affiliation, but like I said, I always see them grabbing from, black culture, urban culture on when it comes to advertising.
It's always our culture. It's always our culture.
Hmm.
You look at Chevy, gave T.I. multi-million-dollar contract to use his music and use his likeness. Now T.I. is a fucking king of trap music. Talk about selling dope and everything else. But here he is. He got a contract with General Motors and was doing commercials with them.
Exactly.
He lost it when he got caught up in that gun scandal. But they're going to take what we have and take our lemons and make lemonade for themselves. I mean, you look at so many other artists who had spinoffs, right?
Yeah.
With the exception of 50 Cent, he just invested in the water. And the Formula 50 was my favorite vitamin water. He'll tell you, man, I took Coca-Cola, I took quarter waters and sold it for $20 million. So that's what they wanted. But they saw 50 in the gym. He was working out and this and that. Here, we want you to be the face of the product.
Yeah. When it comes to that, because a lot of people think that if I get on Instagram or if I do get some type of trend going entertainment wise, that I'm easily to be endorsed. Now, thank you. Would you please break down the science of endorsement?
A gimmick. You got to have a hook. You got to have something that's going to stick in people's heads and that they're going to make money off of. They're not going to give you an endorsement just because you're black.
Right. Exactly.
They're not. I've seen dudes get endorsements from hair companies because the white folks came to the hood and seen the way they was wearing their do-rags. It's a true story. See the way they was wearing their do-rags and how they would kind of like rock their hat like that with the do-rag, and they ended up getting model ads and things like that. So it's got to make dollars and cents for them.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, making dollars and cents, I definitely understand, but some people think it is so easy to be getting an endorsement and how easy it is to lose an endorsement once your ass getting cuffs.
It's easier to lose it. You lose it, you blink an eye. Because at the end of the day, these people, they don't want you to make their product look bad. You're the face of their product.
You are the face of the product.
Their product look bad, right? So, to give you an example, I read something today, sent it to my lady. She don't ever read shit I sent her. God damn it, my father keep calling. Hold on. I hate to be rude.
But it's family.
I'll call you back. I'm doing an interview on Streamlive. Okay? All right, I'll call you back. Okay, bye. He ain't sending me a check. He ain't gonna give me no endorsement. Young lady and her mother, I don't know if there's some kind of influencers or what, spent close to couple $1 million a year in Louis Vuitton, right? So they got put on the VIP list. When you spend more than $50,000 a year in Louis Vuitton, they invite you to shopping events. They send you stuff. They close the store down for you to go shopping. It was the young lady, her mom, and her friend, guy friend. They were like influencers. They were getting so much money for like doing like spin-offs online of the Louis Vuitton product and how they were it and what they did about it, thought about it. Somehow, somebody got to Louis Vuitton corporate and said that they're using drug money. Allegedly, they're using drug money. I'll send an article for you to read that they're using drug money to purchase their stuff.
Oh, no.
I don't give a fuck. If you want to come to my store and spend all your dope money, I don't care. Louis Vuitton said, that's not good for our image and our brand.
Oh, shit.
Ban them. You are not allowed to shop in our stores. took their VIP status away and everything else. So they got a multi-million-dollar lawsuit out in it's somewhere in California, I forget where they're suing Louis Vuitton because they said not only was it discrimination and it's not true, but now you have hurt me because I can't make money online because I'm an influencer.
Yep.
But it went back to that product placement, that product branding, and everything else. They said, no, this is not what we want.
Right.
I think Louis Vuitton's going to lose. There's probably somebody that was hating that reported it to them because I seen her, the young lady's friend. He ain't nobody dope dealer.
But the thing about it is, you can't make an accusation without doing an investigation.
Yeah, but I mean, people make accusations about us all the time.
This is true.
People make accusations about us all the time. I've been called a dope dealer. Somebody asked somebody if I was a hitman. I mean, people make all kind of accusations, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then it goes, right? You see how fast you can lose it. The brand said, no, we don't like what you stand for. You're not allowed in our stores. You're not allowed to buy anything. And she said that she had placed an order for some Air Force One Louis Vuitton sneakers. Black, if you out there, I need a pair of those. Black from Nike, I need them Louis Vuitton Air Force Ones. 2 pairs. 3. Can't forget my stepson. The sneakers retail for $2,000 some odd dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Now, StockX and everything, the sneakers are going for $200,000.
Jeez.
She had an order for 9 pairs because she was a VIP. So she's like, you caused me to lose money.
Typically, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, right? But then it goes back to your brand, how quick you can lose it. You don't want anybody to damage your brand. Your brand is your foundation. It's everything about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want anybody, remember when people coming after the gossip and heifers and you was like, I don't want nobody messing with my brand? And you started sending out cease and desist letters?
See, you know what? Even though it's funny and it's true, but people don't understand that side of it because when you work so hard for a brand,
Right.
and when you have accusations that are easily getting spread, it does affect your brand. It affects your audience attendance because people just go with hearsay. So I'm like, dude, we're gonna shut this down.
And it affects your bottom line.
Exactly.
So that was just an example of how quick you can lose it. So
Mm-hmm.
they had a semi-endorsement from Louis Vuitton, even though they were buying the stuff, but they were getting it ahead of time and pre-sales and things like that. They lost it. They said, we don't want to do business with you.
Right.
So it's going to be very interesting. I'm going to send you the link to read that.
Yeah, I want to read that.
It's going to be very interesting to find out what happens. I'm going to send it to you right now because, you know,
it's a lot on there. But once we get to a point where we're consistent, we're branding, we're marketing, what do you think are some of the downfalls with the use of social media? I mean, you could utilize it creatively, market and promotion wise, but then let's just take for an example, there's a figure that gets on a live and does some of the dumbest shit, and basically it will affect him.
So people expect you to be yourself. And I believe in freedom of speech and everything else. But I had to catch myself 3 times here talking to you not to say some shit that I really wanted to say.
Right.
Right? Because one, it would damage your brand for your show. I can't believe they brought him on here. He said that. But 2, that shit could catch up to me 2 days or 20 years from now. You said X, Y, and Z. You did this, this, and that. We don't want to do business with you. 20 years from now, I don't plan to be working. But
yes.
I'm going to check if it's there. So you have to be very mindful. My girl yells at me all the time because I say, oh, I speak my mind. She's like, you can't say that. I say, yes, I fucking can. She's like, you can't say that. It's going to get you in trouble in a meeting or something one day if you say it. So you have to be very mindful, right? You have to protect your brand and your image. You can say whatever you want off mic and off cam. Just make sure the mic is off. Because remember, Jesse Jackson said he wanted to grab Obama by the nuts. And everybody in the world heard that. And I was done with Jesse Jackson after that. So you have to be you got to be very mindful, right? Because look, right? I will never forget that about Jesse Jackson, right? What a powerful, prominent black man said about an up-and-coming powerful black man. I will never forget that. I was like, well, that's some hater shit. That's some hater shit. So people will not forget things like that, right? So if it's tied to your money and your livelihood and you make some kind of crazy anti-Semitic comment like Kanye did, or you make a comment about the LGBTQ or whatever, they will come for you.
Yeah, they will
come for you. And it's a gazillion of them. They will come for you. And then you're sitting there and you're trying to backpedal it like, yo, I love Ye. He can't backpedal that.
Yeah.
You can't come back from saying, I can call you all kind of dumb son of a bitches and everything else. Okay, Rob was angry. But if I say something very insulting that damages your brand and damages mine, no. So you have to be very mindful. Like now, so you have a lot of these YouTubers that I watch. You see me bring some of them on the show, like some of the Kingpin dudes and stuff. They out here, they ain't got nothing to lose. They gonna call you a rat bastard and all kind of stuff, right? But then that generates views for them, right? Because it's a different demographic, right? And that's how marketing is broken down. Marketing is broken down in demographics. It's a different type of audience and demographic, so they can get away with saying it. But when you're talking about corporate America, you have to be very careful.
You're absolutely right.
I tell my little cousin that all the time. She want to post all these thotty thirst trap pictures. I'm like, yo, this is going to bite you in the ass one day. You're going to go for a job interview. Somebody's going to be following you on Instagram like, yo, you hired her?
Right. But you know what? I say the same thing, even though, everybody's not an entertainer, but I see some stuff going on and these people have young children. I'm like, and I'm thinking always in the back of my head, now, if I did that and my son years later on, your mama was being ratchet online and everything else, come on now. You don't think about stuff like that.
Be mindful. You will only catch me on Instagram smoking a cigar and drinking some champagne and standing on somebody's couch. That's it.
Instagram it became a point of too much because there's people doing so much just to be relevant. Have these set up PR moments. Because I know what you've been in the entertainment industry, you've seen the setup situations like, okay, well, let's create a beef. Like when there's a versus thing going on. And at one time, I want to say versus did save us. We all had entertainment and a good time. But then some of this shit behind the scenes is just set up where people want to do this for relevance. I mean, have you seen situations where, and I'm sure you probably spoke against it, but have you seen people in the industry do that? Just set shit up just to be relevant?
A lot of things.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
It's just like, how can this happen? But I see all these gimmicks all the time, even on popular online platforms. Let's set up a scenario so we can play these characters and have the public believe so they can, keep doing whatever they got to do.
So I'll probably never get a deal if I try to with these people. You ever watch Baddies and all that?
I have not, but I've heard about it.
It's very, very degrading to black women.
Yeah.
It's very degrading. I know somebody that's very close and dear to my heart. They love watching that ratchet shit. I'd rather watch CNN. But I tried to watch it, and I was like, this shit is all staged. They run up and they, oh, what's that bitch? And they're swinging and but controversy sells. And a lot of shit is staged.
Yeah. No, Rocky and I had the opportunity to work on a platform where that was going on. And I'm like, look, we're not over here to play characters. We're here to,
At one point, I thought the Drake beef was staged. In my humble opinion, I thought the Drake and Rick Ross beef was staged. And it might be, because it's kind of died down now. I heard Ross taking some shots at him, said he had a BBL the other day or whatever. So what, Ross? I'm going to go get me some, babe, what they call that shit? Sonobella. And get me a whole 8-pack.
Not the Sonobella.
I'm a fucking cheat. I'm a cheat. Why I got to go to the gym? I'm a fucking cheat. I'm a cheat. Girls do it. Why I can't do it?
Hey, live your best life.
If Drake got a BBL and he got his nose fixed, so fucking what? Rick Ross got fucking veneers. What's the difference between having veneers in your teeth and getting a little fat sucked out your abdomen?
Do you, man? But you know what I want?
When I get my Sonobella, that shit's going to be all my fat. It's not like I got some fake teeth in my mouth.
True. They just taking your shit.
My wife beater on, oiled up and shit. My big gold chain on.
Let me tell you something about Rob.
Endorsement.
Rob is
That's how you get endorsements. Like that little hook right there, you can get an endorsement off of something like that.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the most unlikely friendship that we have among each other. But at the same time, personality-wise, when you are outside of your businessman attire mentally, yo, you can go there. But that's what I love about you, Rob.
I got some motherfuckers out the other day going into the store. My girl was mad at me. I cussed them out. I walked in the store. My girl's beautiful. No promo. My girl's beautiful. My girl's half Korean and black. I call her Miss Saigon. Miss Saigon walked in the store in front of me, and these motherfuckers was outside, and they laughed and said something. And I turned around and said, "What the fuck is so funny? I'm not working. But you being disrespectful."
Oh God, Rob.
She got mad. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I know you don't. Okay, I understand it's about you right out the gate. But the thing about that's so funny about our friendship, because I know you've had to put some people in check on, social media platforms. And I have seen them get straight disrespectful. But the funny thing about it is, they'll be cowards if we happen to be in the same room. Like if you on our live and you say something, to them in defense of what they're saying to you in the comments, you know who they get mad with?
You.
Us.
Mm-hmm.
They
used to curse my DJs out all the time. They would curse Scoop out. Yo, your man Rob, this and that. That's who I am. Don't fucking play with me. Don't play with my money, my mama, my girl, and my dog. And my car.
I know your boundaries. And when I see somebody in the comments hit one of them nerve points, and I just be like, yo, duck.
Miss Saigon over here fucking shit up. Let me unplug it. You want to rip the whole goddamn computer out the wall. Stop working. They not paying you overtime.
My God.
She works for my boy. Stop. He's not paying her no fucking overtime. And I hope he's watching, smoking a cigar right now. Stop working. I command you to stop working. I demand you to stop working. I'm going to cancel Christmas in this motherfucker. I'm going to be a Muslim and a Jehovah's Witness. This podcast, Talk to Me by Michelle's, brought to you by Hint Water. Just a hint of coconut. It is refreshing. Oh my God, it's got antioxidants and everything else. This is great. It was on sale for $1 a bottle. I bought 3 cases, $36, and I have a refreshing coconut taste. I feel like I'm in DR or Puerto Rico.
You know what? How you just went from the Miss Saigon to
my brain doesn't stop moving. This is why I don't sleep. I had a boss tell me one day, I process too much. My brain never stops. And I could be talking to her about something, about what's for dinner, and I'll be like, yo, you see that new car? She'd be like, which way you going? Like,
Let me ask you this then, because we got a lot of people who are trying to be influencers, part of the entertainment industry in general. I want to hear what your boot camp would be like. What advice would you give to anybody who's even trying to build?
Y'all want to fuck with me. Y'all want to fuck with me. Her son is getting ready to be an influencer. He don't want to fuck with me. Because I'm going to tell you the shit that you don't want to hear. I'm going to tell you the shit you don't want to hear that's going to pay off. Écoutez, that means listen in French. Listen, motherfuckers, I'm going to tell you what to do. And you may not like it. You may think I'm fucking nuts, but I know how this shit works. So you can either listen or you don't listen, right? First thing I'm going to tell you is invest in yourself. Get the right equipment. If it takes you a while to hustle, don't rush and do it half-ass. Don't rush and do it. There's nothing worse than going on somebody's platform. Their fucking background is all grainy and shit. You see them moving and stuff because they're using the filters. You can't hear them because they ain't got the gooseneck mic and all that shit. Like, you have to invest in yourself. You motherfuckers will go out and spend $1,000 on a pair of Prada sneakers, but you won't invest in your brand. You won't invest in your equipment. You have to invest in yourself first.
Exactly. And
I have 3 cell phones. I have 2 iPhones and I have a Droid. You know why I bought the droid? Well, I commandeered it. I got the droid from my nephew, the little dusty motherfucker. Didn't pay the bill. I took the phone. And I said, yo, Scoop used to always talk about droids in the galaxy. Yo, I think the phone has got aliens in it. The pictures and video are fucking amazing. Well, you know, you have a droid.
Of
They're
course.
fucking amazing. So if you can't afford to go out and buy a computer with all the mics or whatever else, go on eBay and get yourself a pre-owned Galaxy and hook it up to the internet. You don't even have to pay for the service. Get yourself a decent mount from Amazon and start there. Because the first thing people are going to look at is your picture quality, your sound, and everything else. It's all marketing is all presentation.
Thank you.
It's all presentation. Anything in life is presentation. Anything in life is presentation. You can be in the supermarket and it can be 3 women. One that makes $1 million a year, one that makes $100,000 a year, and one that don't work. And the one that don't work on probably got the spandex on and everything is like pow, pow, pow. With visual people, the first thing you're gonna look is like damn. And you're gonna try to holler. If you want people to look at your product and your platform the same way, you have to present it the right way.
Exactly.
See, like I was trying to hook my shit up, my little Billie Holiday in the back and my video games, but you kind of inspired me now. I don't think I'm going to come in your lane and do podcasts, but I think I will come on when people invite me, but I'm going to make sure my aesthetics are a little better.
But you have to, because you know what? During the course when we were doing the Gospel Heifers, a lot of equipment investments. And I'm like, oh no, it's expensive. I even had a talk with Scoop when I started back recording again. I was like, Scoop, what is going on with this sound?
Don't fuck with him because he'll have you spend $500,000. He'll have you buying Canon XLR1 cameras. You have microphones all over the place.
He recommended all that, but I did, I said, Scoop, I'm working within a certain budget, so I invested in the most priority, the camera, the sound equipment.
Is that a Shure mic? Is that a Shure mic?
Yeah.
Shure mic. So there you go.
Got to have quality.
I didn't even know it was Shure, but I can tell by your sound quality. It's a Shure mic. So if you want to start off and you can't afford to buy the MacBook, I hate Macs. I got one that shit is under the bed. If you can't afford to buy the MacBook, no shade Apple, because I got Apple phones in case you're listening. Go buy yourself a pre-owned Droid phone on eBay. The pictures are amazing. Use the filters and everything else. Invest in yourself. Then build it up slowly and get the microphones and everything else. Because I won't tell you to invest a whole lot of money in it if you don't have a bunch of followers and you don't have a platform that people want. So you have to invest in yourself, but at the same time, you have to promote. You have to go on social media and promote.
And that's why sometimes I have to tell myself that, because I'll be making reels back to back. And I mean, I got some I ain't even posted yet. But I think in my mind, for me as an independent production and host, it is up. I am the team. I gotta be consistent.
Right. Hold on for a second. It's cold as shit in here. Alexa, I'm cold.
Okay. Should I increase the temperature of the thermostat?
Bitch, I said I'm cold. Set the temperature to 74. Should I decrease it?
The AC is set to 74.
So you have to. Now this bitch gonna keep talking. So invest in yourself. And I'm gonna tell you something that I don't believe in. I don't believe in it. It's cap, as the young kids say. But you have to have followers for people to follow you. So if you are that serious, I don't give a flip if you go buy ghost followers. If somebody see that you got 100,000 followers, they're not checking to see if they only got 1 follower. They're going to be like, this motherfucker's talking about something. People are following him or her. They got a buzz on their name. You have to build up your following and your brand. Yeah. And then when you start to do it, then you gradually increase in your equipment and everything. But don't get into it thinking that this is going to be an instant payday.
Nope.
Because you hear about all these TikTokers and all this other stuff. Because by the time the government finishes, TikTok going to be shut down anyway. You're going to be on StreamYard, YouTube, and everything else. So you have to invest in yourself. You're not going to put $10 tires on your car. Don't buy a $10 microphone from Five Below. Like, you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your product.
You got the Five Below mic. Come on now.
Because my daddy got one. He got a Five Below camera. And I was like, where did you get this camera from? He's like, Five Below. I was like, you
Throw
get
that
what
shit
you pay
away.
for. You get what you pay for. I'm just saying. You get what you pay for.
But you're right, because when you do start to make the investments, and
Right.
there's stuff. First, I say do your research. Do your research on what's got the best rating, sound, whatever you're trying to invest in.
Go to CNET. Go to CNET and do your research.
Exactly.
Equipment and everything else.
Because the shit your boy was recommending me, I was like, dude, that's
He put you in the poorhouse.
no. I need something that's good quality, but that's affordable. So that's when I had to start doing my own research, and I'm good.
It's the same thing, right? With women, they will go out and buy the shittiest car tires because they don't want to spend no money. And then you wonder why your car ride like shit, and you're sliding off the road and stuff because you bought the Chinese tires from Walmart for $50 a piece. I had to put tires on Miss Saigon's car. I bought the best run flat BF Goodrich tires I could find.
Oh,
Because if I'd have left it up to her, she'd have had Cinderella tires on that BMW. I'm not lying. She'd have had some bullshit tires on that car with a brand new Chanel bag.
That's your domestic affair. I will not get involved.
I'm just using that as an example. Like, you have to invest in yourself. I'm not putting my tires on my car $800 a piece, $3,200, and they run flats. You can't fix them. But I buy good tires. I want my car to run good. I want to know I'm safe. If the fucking tire blows out, I can ride 50 miles. Like, you have to invest in yourself.
Yes.
So, for these young influencers, you're going and buying all the meanest Jordans and all that other stuff. Buy one less pair of tennis shoes. I've been living in DC too long. I said tennis shoes. Buy one less pair of sneakers and invest in yourself. Take that $200 and go buy yourself the right kind of ring light that you can adjust the shades or whatever.
Yep.
Get yourself a decent microphone. You don't have to buy a new. You can go on eBay and buy all kind of stuff pre-owned, and it comes with warranties. So you have to invest in your brand.
And you can invest your brand slowly. I mean, most of these places take a firm set of those payment plans.
Don't listen to Michelle now. Y'all go get yourself in debt. Y'all don't go to a firm and be like, oh, it's only $20 a week. And you got bad credit, and they give you a high ass interest rate, and you stretch the shit out for 10 years, and then you got Christmas and all kind of other shit. Don't go into debt buying the stuff.
First of all, if you cannot, you should do a monthly plan, number one. If you get with a weekly plan, I definitely do not recommend anything weekly. Monthly.
I mean, I've used a firm before just because I was lazy and didn't want to go in my pocket to get my credit card. It's the same shit, right?
Pretty much.
I paid the credit card either the end of the month or monthly, or I'm gonna play a firm.
You're gonna pay it regardless.
But don't go into debt.
No, do not go into debt. Be realistic about your budget. What you're gonna have every month to pay. That's how much you can invest.
Right. Yeah.
So
please,
don't go past that. But I mean, I'm glad that you are here to give us some influence on, influencers and branding.
I mean, it's my pleasure. I hope that I provided enough nuggets that somebody can take something back and make something out of it. It's not easy. Nothing in life is easy.
Well, what are you working on right now, matter of fact? Because I know you are consistently doing something.
So, oh, you motherfucker. A private investigation firm.
What? You know what? You've been doing that before this firm even launched. I'm going to let y'all know. So he's very seasoned in what he's about to get into.
Yeah, I want to get more into the PI. I don't break man code. So
right.
if I don't break man code. So I'll be very, very selective on my clients.
As you should.
I want to get into there's money in that. There's money.
A lot of money.
Yeah. You get some of them housewives of Potomac, husbands and CEOs, they cheating and shit like that.
I was just about to tell you to start watching the goddamn ID channel. You get all the business from them heifers. You understand me?
So I'm thinking about that. What I would really like to do, and it's going to take some capital, and I need a location. Is I want to buy a building or build a building that's kind of like a square, and it's 2 levels. And on the outer level, which is covered, is a hand car wash because I don't like machine car washes. The inside is a barber shop, so you can get your hair cut, get your car
Man,
washed, and then upstairs, I'm either thinking about food or some type of clothing. So it'd be kind of like a one-stop shop. I was going to do massages, but I told my girl about rub and tug the other day. She have a fit if I open some shit like that and have massages in it. She think it'll be a rug and tug. But I think that that is the pinnacle of a black man's dream. He can go get his hair cut, get his car wash, go shopping or get some good food all at the same time. And maybe upstairs, I put a dry cleaner, but I would outsource it where you drop it off and I would have a local dry cleaner come get it and pick it up. But who wouldn't want to do that? I'm going to pick up my cleaning, get my car washed,
right.
get my hair cut. You get all that done, and because time is precious, get all that done in less than 2 hours.
We need also consider doing it for women too, because I'm telling you right now, you had a
Nah,
nail
I
salon.
ain't messing with y'all.
I'm telling, but we spend money though for our looks.
No, but women don't care about washing cars. So if I said I'm gonna do a car wash, a beauty salon, and nails, they're gonna be like, the hell with that dusty ass car. My man gonna wash it, and then I'm gonna have all my goddamn workers outside. Like,
If I were you,
when the last time you washed your car, Michelle?
2 days ago.
Miss Saigon, when the last time you washed your car?
Been a minute.
She heard it. It's been a minute.
I
Waiting for
look.
me to do it.
Well, see, I don't have that situation, but I've always liked my car clean, regardless. So I keep my car clean. Period.
So that's what I would like to do. But I'm gonna focus on this private eye thing. And I
Mhm.
have a lot of friends now who are making a shitload of money in government contracting. Whether you're selling the government light bulbs, toilet paper, you provide an IT service, cyber, selling them telephones and stuff like that. All that stuff is contracted. You can get a small business minority contract from the government, or if you're disabled, small business minority disabled contract, and you can make boatloads of money. I have a friend that he's in the nightlife. He don't even care about that no more because he and his wife have a cyber company. That's where
And
the money. That's where the money is going to be at.
that's where
Because
the money
cyber's going to
is.
affect everything. What we're doing right now, cyber's
Mhm.
going to affect that and everything else. So I would like to do that. That would be one of the things I would like to do, and set Miss Saigon up for that. But she into the real estate space and all that other stuff. So we will see. There are a lot of things I want to do. I'm going to really focus my energy. I had a lot of personal issues I was dealing with this year, and a lot of stress. So a lot of stress has been taken off of me, so I can focus now. Just got a text from my mom. The day that they buried Scoop, another one of my friends died. She said the funeral was Tuesday.
I
Um,
saw.
yeah, so that's what my focus is going to be on. Creating some additional revenue. You know, I heard 50 say something, and it's true. You ain't got no money if you ain't making money in your sleep. So I need some kind of mechanism that's going to generate money while I'm sleeping, while I'm at the gym, while I'm eating, while I'm taking a shower, while I'm fucking, whatever I'm doing. I need some kind of money to be made.
I mean, I understand the concept, but just the way you broke it down for me, that's
Yeah, I mean, because that's what we do: eat, sleep, shit, shower, shit. You know, while I'm in church, I want money to be made. While I'm sitting here talking to you, I want money to be made.
now this is very true. Because matter of fact, I may holler at you behind the scenes because I've been tapping on several ideas for Mr. Kevin to have that kind of life where he could just, hey.
There's a lot of programs that you can find for Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's so I'm kind of just want to just kind of get through this year and kind of like brainstorm on some things. I got my man Haitian Pat in New York. I've been talking to him. We're gonna start working on some things, but um, yeah, I need to be generating money every second while I'm sleeping and everything else. I need something that's going to generate money.
Mm-hmm.
and it's probably going to be somewhere in the IT space, whether it's computers, advertising, because people are glued to these things.
Yes.
Okay, so I need to figure that out. Whoever came up with Cash App and Zelle and Uber and Lyft were ingenious. They put a patent
Genius.
on that shit right away, and they made a
Mhm.
lot of money. And Uber and Lyft is simple logistics. So
It
the
is.
guy that made that, the guys that made those are making money every second because people are in those cars. So I need something that's going to generate money like that.
Yeah. Man, I cannot wait to see these moves. I cannot wait to see this one stop open up for the gentleman. But like I said, I'm still be in your ear about the lady. You could just minus the car wash, put something else up in there. You'll be good.
Yeah, but I mean, people spend a lot of money on car washes.
Well, I know you do.
Average machine car wash now is about $25-$30, right? And I get pissed. I go to the hand car wash and I see somebody with a Camry, and I'm like, why the fuck are you washing this car here? Like, you
Yeah.
taking up space for people with nicer cars. But guess what? That person, that's their pride. They want to hand wash it or whatever. So you can come get your car hand washed. We'll get you a haircut. Even if you got no hair like me, we'll put some oil on your head, make you look like Michael Jordan or whatever. There's money in that.
Most definitely. Most definitely. But I'm telling you right now, you ladies like do a lot of shit too. So you, even if you ain't got no car wash, you will still make some money off of us, especially if you got any type of bundles, lashes.
So
All
so
that shit.
so I thought about the hair thing. I don't know enough about it, and
Talk to Rocky.
it's saturated. The market is saturated.
No.
Everybody is selling hair now. I don't know. You want the number 6 wavy Italian and all that shit. I don't know about all that shit.
Well, that's why I said you once you have a breakdown on how that industry works and what the public wants.
To do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want brick and mortar. I want to do it online because I save money on rent, insurance, staff, shrinkage, and everything else.
That's the way to
So
go.
I would have to do something like that. It would have to be online. So that's something to look at.
Yeah.
And really, what I would really like to, and I looked into it, and the profit margins are not high, is a dispensary.
Man, it's just the paperwork
The paperwork to get it,
and the money.
right? The money, the profit margins are not that high because of the tax, and you have to have a certain level of security. So you have to have a certain level of steel doors, hinges on the inside, cameras, and everything else, the tracking of the inventory and everything else. But I've been reading they're not as profitable as people think.
They're not. I mean, even just the CDB shops, they still. I mean, even though it's not legit, cannabis, but they
Right.
still have to have some of those in operation during their business.
Yeah, because I know a million potheads. So I'm like, shit. I just can't let Miss Saigon work in there because she'll be smoking the product. But
Yo,
so no say.
I don't know why you
She won't even have a key to that motherfucker.
be doing your girl like that. I don't understand.
I'm gonna do her like they did them people in Louis Vuitton. You cannot come in the store. I'm trying to make some money. I already got the honey. I'm trying to make some money.
Oh my God, I can't with you, Rob. Lord have mercy.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
want anybody to follow you on social media? Because I know how you are with intermingling with certain.
No, y'all can follow me. I think my thing is under there, right? Yeah. Follow me, __ Robb Report. And a lot of people ask me where I got that name from. I used to take that magazine as a kid and rip all the cars and boats and houses up and put it on my wall.
So you already had a destin before you.
Yeah, that is a lifestyle magazine. I mean, you ain't gonna get nothing in that magazine under $15,000. Like the watches and the cars, the boats and everything. So that's where I got it from.
Robb Report. Now I got to look up that magazine because when I was looking up stuff.
I'm talking about homes in Monaco, homes in Malibu, $20 million yachts, super sports cars. I'm a watch fanatic. All kinds of watches. Anything that is part of a luxury lifestyle, you will see it or find in that magazine. So they have Robb Report Homes and they have a Robb Report magazine.
See, now you're gonna get the subscriptions up because I know I will just be looking.
You want to look into DuPont Registry. DuPont Registry, Floyd Mayweather, all those guys, they cars in there, they selling cars and stuff in there. But those are high-end lifestyle magazines if you like toys. The Robb Report and the DuPont Registry.
See,
You know, and
I learned something.
I thought about doing like my own lifestyle blog and kind of blogging on products and things that I like, but that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to research.
All you gotta do is do the all you can really just hire is a ghostwriter for that.
Yeah, but I'm a control freak. I'm hands-on.
Brother, I'm gonna let you struggle with that, but you got a lot of AI tools out here that can assist you with your
trust issues. I don't trust my mama. I don't trust Miss Saigon. You think I'm gonna have somebody run my business for me and those are people I love? No.
You know what? That's one thing that you and I are very much alike, because you know when you're trying to handle so much, it's like, why don't you let or pay something? No, I got it.
Yeah,
I do it because I know how it's gonna get done.
I you know, and I may, and somebody's out there want to steal my idea. Go ahead, try it. You won't outdo me. Maybe I'll do a podcast on lifestyle stuff and do reviews and stuff like that. And that would be easier. So I need to figure it out.
Please do, brother. Because
to you for help with the advertising and stuff, because that shit you do, that shit like you spent $1 million with Ogilvy Matter on one of those big advertising firms. That's why I won't tell people what you use. But when you told me that, I was like, holy shit. Then I downloaded it and I was ignorant as shit with it. I couldn't figure it out.
But all you gotta do, like I said, I'll discuss more details, but you have to find resources that are quick, accessible, and efficient. And like I said, with a one-woman operation, I have to find things that are quick and right to the point so I can get it out there. Right. So yeah. That's why I'm like, that's my
talk to Miss Saigon about that. Maybe she could be my sidekick. We'd be like Siskel and Ebert. But see, the only thing is if I do it with her, all the shit we review, she gonna want me to buy and she gonna want to keep it. I'm like, no, we taking this shit back. We did the review. No, babe, I want to keep it. So I don't know. I might do that myself.
This is what I'm trying to do with your boy, to get him a YouTube channel. And I let him know, hey, if you do so many reviews on products for gaming, you're gonna get people just sending you free shit.
Oh, I forgot Kevin's a gamer.
Yeah, that's so I'm trying to set him up a YouTube right now so he can get his gaming channel started. I'm like, boy, we gotta
break him out of being shy.
No, don't worry about it. You already know I'm on his ass about that.
I still owe him a trip to the strip bar. Is he old enough yet?
He's 21 now.
Okay. We take him to Onyx next time I come to Houston. See, y'all trying to get me locked up. Y'all want me to take Kevin to the strip bar. No. I said, oh, hell no. I'm going to jail. Kevin go on there and slap the wrong stripper on the ass.
First of all, you mentioned it to him. He wanted to go. Trust me. We was not cheerleading him on. He wanted to go to the strip club with you. That was on him. And I'm like, you ain't old enough, so you can't go. But now that he is 21, he can go. Right. Okay. Yeah, I don't want my baby to get overstimulated. But Rob, you already know. I want you to come back anytime you feel like it, man. I learned a lot that I didn't know.
Thank you. And remember, this episode of Talk to Me, Michelle, is brought to you by Hint Water. Just a hint of coconut. So relaxing. You think you're in Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, or somewhere. You know how women say, Calgon, take me away? Hint will take you away.
Something wrong with your ass. Thanks again, Rob, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't give your girl a heart.
My best.
Yes, I definitely will. And I'll give you a call behind it. But don't be giving your girl a hard time, all right? Yeah, I already could tell that you already tormenting that woman.
Miss Saigon, do I torment you?
Yes.
Nah. I just beat her with a hanger wire because it don't show no marks. And when the police come up, like, nah, I have my coat off up on it.
Well, I look forward to meeting her in person someday. But I'm just, like I said, I love you like a bro. I appreciate everything that you, all the advice that you have given me, some solid advice, man. So, I mean, friends like you don't come around too often. So I appreciate it.
No, thank you. My pleasure. And whenever y'all need me, just let me know. Oh, I just chat. Dr. Tyra's in there, huh?
Yeah, Dr. Tyra's in here. We got people, Saul's on Instagram, Nikki White Talk, D Capri. Everybody was in the building. They on Instagram.
Okay, good. Hey, folks. But what?
Just about, yeah. Hey, folks, you just
Oh, yeah,
kill me with that shit.
making sure there's nobody. I got a jihad.
No, you know what? I think we're probably on the same hit list for majority of people, so I don't think we're gonna have a problem with that. So
Somebody just said, "Hey, Sugar Bear." I ain't no Sugar Bear, but that was your crazy sister.
I'm about to say, you think who's coming from?
Nah, I'm Dominican.
Okay, Rob.
Get
Oh
out.
Lord.
Get
All right,
out.
I'm gonna let your ass go on that note.
I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
All right, bye.
Robb Report, everybody, man. Let me tell you something. Y'all got an earful. If y'all were not taking notes, you're gonna have to go to the replay. My man dropped some major knowledge. I appreciate him coming on. And actually, Rob was definitely a win interview because I had been wanting to talk to him because I didn't understand all that Rob was involved with. I knew him and Scoop were cool. I knew that he worked in the entertainment industry. I just didn't know all the roles that he played. And as a businessman, he had some sound advice. So anybody trying to get started on anything, if you're gonna ask Rob for any advice, let me let you know up front. Have your credit card ready because he ain't doing shit for free. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. But if you guys want to listen to me on the go, make sure you visit your favorite podcast platform. I have a new episode out, and it's called Donation Overload. I am talking about why there are so many people begging online. There's always a cause online. I break it all down in the latest episode. And Thursday, you guys have got to be right back here. We started an hour early because Rob was early, so I am sorry if the time threw everybody off. But Dr. Tyra Gardner will be joining me Thursday, and we're going to be talking about protecting your peace. Do you not understand how I cherish my peace? That's why I'm boring, okay? Because I cherish my peace. I don't want no drama. And there are things in life when your peace is disrupted, you are so willing to do anything to get it. So that's what Tyra and I will be discussing, what you guys can be taking part in your own lives. Stop letting these energy draining vampires disrupt your peace. Okay. So I just want to thank everybody again. Thank to my moderators, Miss Rochelle and Miss Jules McQueen is in the building. And I am so sorry I didn't get a chance to address everybody in the comments, but the conversation was so good. Oh, I'm gonna let y'all in on a little something. I got 2 amazing interviews coming up, y'all. I'm not gonna even tell y'all who they are, but I must pat myself on the back because they will be joining me in the month of October. 2 amazing interviews. So y'all just follow me on Instagram to keep updated. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button, like and share me. I like and try to share with y'all. Share with me. Okay, so everybody, I will see you guys on Thursday night where Dr. Tyra will be joining me and we will be talking about protecting your peace. And right now, that's what I'm gonna say. Peace.
Talk to me, Michelle. On the street lights on the corner. City vibes got a story. Feel the beat.